TikTok CEO to highlight data security in testimony to Congress. Let's cover it.
A new CBS News poll shows 61% of those surveyed favor a ban, but that number is smallest among young people who are more likely to use TikTok. Still, 56% consider the platform a potential national security risk.
Hi, everyone. It's Show here.
Today, the chief executive of TikTok will tout the platform's 150 million users.
That's almost half of the U.S. coming to TikTok.
And address lawmaker concerns about national security.
Bro, I feel like this dude got rolled out of a lab. His background is like from Goldman Sachs and shit. But like, I'm not even kidding. Like, he is like, you've never heard of him. You've never seen him. Okay. Out of nowhere, he comes in. He's just like, he's very good. No, I don't think he has the Zuckerberg cadence. I think he's way more personable than Zuckerberg, which is why I think which is why I get a disingenuous feeling. Like, Zuckerberg is just a lizard person, okay? Literal industry plant. Yeah, he's got industry plant energy for sure. Like, these motherfuckers they're upgrading, I think. You know, like the first version was Zuckerberg, and this is like the upgraded version. Now they just like actually are impossible to distinguish from like, you know, like a real human CEO. It's weird, man.
Its parent company ByteDance, which is based in Beijing, is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government.
Oh, okay.
And he outlines a plan to set up a new firewall to seal off protected U.S. user data from unauthorized foreign access.
We don't want this data in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party, period.
Chu's testimony
Hell yeah,
comes amid
brother.
bipartisan calls to restrict
Only
the video
the
sharing
NSA,
platform
baby.
or ban it altogether. In December, ByteDance admitted that employees access the data of American TikTok users, including journalists and some of their contacts. President Biden signed a law banning the app on government devices over spying concerns and has called on ByteDance to divest from TikTok to avoid a U.S. ban.
TikTok is one of the most downloaded apps, outpacing rivals like Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook, and it's used by a lot of young people.
Yeah. There you go. That's it. That's the main reason. That's literally it. Like, this entire conversation is not about TikTok. It's every social media application. But of course, we're having it on about TikTok because it's owned by scary communism. And that's it. They're literally like, we don't want the scary commie man to have all of this information. Only NSA, please. That's it. It wouldn't be shocking to me if Facebook ends up like sweeping it and like that's the ultimate goal or some shit. You know what I mean? Now, I have two different opinions on this though, like, because I see the other side of it too, because like TikTok, just like all of the other social media platforms, are like is very harmful, uniquely harmful, because it's like unshackled in many ways. The content is structured in a way where it just like really lends itself to right-wing reactionary agitated propaganda. It's just like it's brainwashing people. People believe in like dumbass, nonsensical conspiracy theories. It certainly plays a role in that. I do feel like there's a decent argument as to why it should be heavily regulated. And obviously you can't really do that. So you can just like threaten it to self-regulate, I guess, which would be better. It's funny because like, this is such a stupid fucking back and forth, because everyone that watches this goes, well, I like TikTok and I don't see radicalizing bullshit on my timeline. Like, how dare you? And then the other side is like, well, I don't like TikTok and I don't use it, or I do use it and I still don't like TikTok, so it should be banned, which is an understandable opinion to have. The reason why I have the opinion that I have is because, well, I'm a content creator on social media. I see the impact of social media on the youth, the impact of social media on the older generations, and TikTok does present a scary amount of power, not because like the Chinese government can access your information, but because it has like literal brain control, literal mind control capabilities. The algorithm is incredibly powerful, and I personally think that you could technically use it to really sway people in a certain way. Metaphorical mind control? No, I mean like literal mind control, man. Actually, you are not a brain, and you're not a brain broken boomer. Yeah, it's just like, it's so fucking good. Anyway, Silicon Valley social media giants couldn't compete with TikTok, so now they're using their bot politicians to force it out of business with fabricated hysterical claims about national security. And of course, everyone in the Western media class applauds with glee. Yeah, I mean, this is the take. It's true. These are the same people who claim the free market and competition are sacrosanct, as well as conservative creeps who have been whining incessantly about online censorship as they cheer on the banning of an entire social media platform. They can't compete, so they ban. This is true. China does America shit better than America. That's it. Whenever people fucking say, oh my God, I can't believe like there was a politician that said in the hearings, like, China doesn't believe in like the American values of freedom. I'm like, dude, China doesn't believe it. That's why China doesn't have TikTok. It has Douyin, owned by the same fucking company. So yeah, you're right, but TikTok is just America. It's as America as it fucking gets, dog. Okay? That's it.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government. is a private company. 60% of the company is owned by global institutional investors. 20% is owned by the founder, and 20% owned by employees around the world. ByteDance has 5 board members. 3 of them are American. Now, TikTok itself is not available in mainland China. We're headquartered in Los Angeles and in Singapore, and we have 7,000 employees in the US today. Still, we have heard important concerns about the potential for unwanted foreign access to US data and potential manipulation of the TikTok US ecosystem. Our approach has never been to dismiss or trivialize any of these concerns. We have addressed them with real action. Now, that's what we've been doing for the last 2 years, building what amounts to a firewall.
TikTok exec is telling the complete truth when he says their data collection is in line with industry standards, and all of these data collectors sell our shit to anyone who wants it anyway, so who gives a fuck? That's not what this is about. Exactly. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you upset that the Chinese government has a direct way to get your information instead of through a corporate subsidiary where they pay a markup? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What the fuck are you talking about? This idea that like, oh my God, TikTok has access to like such high level detailed information. Like, shut the fuck up. Every single social media is doing this. The irony is what TikTok is currently trying to do, what ByteDance is currently trying to do with like Oracle to basically put the data storage in the hands of like a US corporation that everybody trusts in fucking Austin, Texas, is the exact same thing that they would do if TikTok was sold to another fucking American company. They will still end up paying either Oracle now, or they'll pay another company that owns TikTok to get the same data. That's it. That's literally it. That's it. There's no, you just want to add like, I guess, another middleman to drive up the price of that same data a little bit. You know what I mean? That's it.
The seals of protected US user data from unauthorized foreign access. The bottom line is this: American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. We call this initiative Project Texas. That's where Oracle is headquartered. Today, US TikTok data is stored by default in Oracle servers. Only vetted personnel.
Do you actually believe that? Wait, do I actually believe what? Do I believe that the Chinese government has access to this information? Yes. Do I believe that the Chinese government will have access to this information, whether it's stored by Oracle or whether it's owned by a different company? Also, yes. Are you silly? Do you think Amazon is not collecting information on you right now as you sit in the chat? It's so stupid. The only reason why they want it to be sold is because they want it to be sold to an American company. That's it. They know how powerful TikTok can be, and that's scary. They know how good it is for commerce, and they know how good it is as far as like social media platforms goes. They know how dominating it is, and that's it. It's not like some real fucking national security concern with respect to data. You're an American, brother. All your data is already out there.
Operating in a new company called TikTok US Data Security can control access to this data. Now, additionally, we have plans for this company to report to an independent American board with strong security credentials.
Are you aware of Chinese Communist Party leader Chairman Xi Jinping's comments in May 2021 during a
I love this. It's gonna make my blood boil. Do not come after my mans, okay? Don't come after Top Xi. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Communist Politburo study session where he instructed colleagues to target different countries, different audiences with short form video. Are you aware of these comments? Yes or no?
Congressman, I'm not aware of these comments.
Okay. Well, and as was pointed out by Chair
Okay, to be oh, no! This Florida woman has a "Don't Tread on Me" sticker on her iPad, talking about fucking censoring free speech and stopping free commerce. That iPad was made in China. There's so many parts of this that's hilarious.
Woman Rogers, you have regular contact with Chinese Communist Party Secretary Mr. Zhang Fuping, who is your boss at ByteDance, correct?
No.
No.
No, he's
Interesting.
neither my boss, nor do we have frequent contact.
But you have regular contact with ByteDance.
With the CEO of ByteDance.
Who is Mr. Zhang Fuping is the
He's not.
editor-in-chief.
He's not the
My
CEO.
colleague, Representative Burgess, a few minutes ago exposed that TikTok and ByteDance share legal teams. You confirmed this, correct?
Our general counsel is
Yes.
an
Yes or
American lawyer,
Yes.
veteran of Microsoft.
Also, my
Many
colleague, Representative Latta, confirmed that your parent company, ByteDance, currently can access user data. Yes?
years. We have to be more
Yes.
specific.
Yes.
After
You
Project
say-
Texas, no.
I'm not asking after Project Texas. I'm asking now. Yes.
Some user data is public data, Congresswoman, which
So
means
you
everybody
confirm that.
can search
What's
for it on the
interesting
internet.
to me is that you have used the word transparency over a half a dozen times in your opening testimony and subsequently again in your answers to my colleagues. Yet the interesting thing to me is that ByteDance, your parent company, has gone out of their way to hide and airbrush corporate structure, ties to the CCP, the company's founder, and their activities. You can look no further than the fact that ByteDance website has been
It's a Chinese company. Of course, it's like it's a CCP. Yeah. I like this is so stupid. Yeah. Yeah. They are beholden to the Chinese government.
scrubbed. In fact, we found web pages from the Beijing Internet Association, the industry association charged with Communist Party building work of internet companies in Beijing. They have been archived, but since deleted. Makes you kind of wonder why. Yes or no, ByteDance is required to have a member of the Chinese government on its board with veto power. Is that correct?
No, that is not correct. ByteDance owns some Chinese businesses, and you're talking about a very special subsidiary that is
Mr.
for
Shou,
Chinese business
Mr.
licensing.
Shou,
purposes.
I'm going to have to move on. You've said repeatedly.
She's like, well, you're not giving me what I wanted, so I'm gonna have to move on, Mr. Show. Yo, is it me or does he seem kind of cool? They really did make him in a lab. It's working. Yes, that's why I said it, because I watched pieces of this and I thought to myself, this guy's supposed to be a fucking freak. You know what I mean? He's a CEO of TikTok. There's no shot he's not a robot, right? And he actually seems personable in that fucking meeting, which means it's working.
That there is no threat, that this is a platform for entertainment and for fun. I have to ask you then, if there is no threat to Americans, if there is no threat to our data, privacy, security, why did an internal memo from TikTok corporate headquarters explicitly coach senior management to, quote, downplay the parent company ByteDance? Why would they say
What do you mean? This literal meeting is the reason why. What? Because you're a fucking... No, that's it. But I wonder why they said, hey, make sure these dumb American hogs know that TikTok is not Chinese. That's it.
downplay the China Association and downplay AI? This is from an internal memo from your company. Why, if you had nothing to hide, would you need to downplay
I wonder
the association with ByteDance in China?
Congressman, I have not seen this memo.
You can't
What I
answer
can
that
say-
question. Mr. Shou, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind.
Yeah, good thing YouTube never has this. Good thing American-owned companies like YouTube and Twitter and Facebook don't make memes like this. Bro, my entire YouTube Shorts feed is GunTubers. I watched one fucking Mohsin Ganat, however you fucking say it, video, and now my entire YouTube short feed is literally showing me how to fucking load this goddamn rifle one bullet at a time if I want to. It's like, why? I don't need to know this. There will never be a moment in my life where I need to know how to do this.
That video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F at the House Energy and Commerce Committee on March 23rd of this year. This video was posted before this hearing was publicly noticed. I think that's a very interesting point to raise. But more concerning is the fact that it names this chairwoman by name. Your own community guidelines state that you have a firm stance against enabling violence on or off TikTok. We do not allow
I hate that she's right on this. If we're going to talk about moderation on TikTok, it's too heavy-handed with automated processes, and there is not enough real human moderation happening. It's terrible on both fronts. It's sometimes too heavy-handed when it's like people like myself, and it's literally not enough when it comes to like some of the most unhinged shit. So like any other social media, no, TikTok's a bit worse. Because it's more successful and more powerful, I would even go so far as to say it's more successful and more powerful than other social media platforms, kind of because they don't have moderation. But I know it's like it's almost impossible. I know. But you know, it's not making that point in good faith. Yeah, of course.
To threaten or incite violence or to promote violent extremist organizations, individuals, or acts. When there is a threat to public safety or an account is used to promote or glorify off-platform violence, we ban the account. This video has been up for 41 days. It is a direct threat to the chairwoman of this committee, the people in this room, and yet it still remains on the platform. And you expect us to believe that you are capable of maintaining the data security, privacy, and security of 150 million Americans where you can't even protect the people in this room? I think that is a blatant display of how vulnerable people who use TikTok are. You couldn't take action after 41 days when a clear
Bro, it is weird to see a fucking Florida woman with a Gadsden flag on her iPad cry about incitement of violence and gun tube videos. It's like everything that you're signaling is in defense of all of the things you would normally get upset at, but it's done at a Chinese company, so you're like using it as a talking point.
The social media app TikTok came under very intense scrutiny yesterday on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle grilled, and grilled is the word here, grilled the company's CEO on how the company protects Americans' private information from China.
CEO is Singaporean. Yeah, I mean, he's like Singaporean, American. None of that matters. He's Asian and has an accent. So in the eyes of Americans, he might as well be literally Xi Jinping. Just understand that. No American thinks this guy isn't a fucking literal spy for the CCP. Most Americans are going to see that and go, China bad. This guy is Chinese for sure and a communist. But I talked about this a lot yesterday. I think that this entire story is just like a litany of absolute fucking nonsense. I mean, there are very real reasons to regulate our social media, TikTok especially, because TikTok is like on steroids. It's like Facebook and YouTube combined on steroids. Like it's like unimaginably powerful at like brainwashing people, changing people's perspectives on shit, right? I mean, look at Andrew Tate and how he popped off. I've been thinking a lot about like what the purpose for this is. Like, why are they taking this like political action? I think part of the reason is because they just want to buy it. Like they want Meta to buy it, or they want like, you know, Google is making a lot of efforts in basically creating a TikTok competitor in the form of shorts. Instagram is trying desperately to fucking turn into TikTok and it's sucking. YouTube has been way more successful at utilizing shorts and even monetizing it from what I understand. But yeah, they want our boys to own it. It's a very, very successful, perhaps too successful company, and it's not owned by an American. It's not owned by and controlled by Americans. You know, we got to get that bailout. We got to fix the Silicon Valley bubble situation. Okay? That's it.
Hey guys, it's Joe here. As you know, I just testified before Congress, and I wanted to share my thoughts about the experience with you. Now, before I do that, I really want to thank you for the comments in the last video. Now, TikTok is all about conversations and community, and I'm so grateful to hear from all of you. Now, here are a few of my favorites. Now, that is what it's all about. A lot was said at the hearing, but I hope you heard the message, the important message, that it is our responsibility to protect more than 150 million Americans who love and use our platform.
Dude, he's too good. It freaks me out. It literally No, I don't like this. There is something, I do not like it. I don't like it when a CEO is not like immediately like a lizard person like Mark Zuckerberg. They're evolving. Stop standing the fucking TikTok CEO. You motherfuckers are not getting it. They're evolving, dude. The AI has gotten better. This is literally CEO 2.0, motherfucker. How do you not see this? I do not like it. This motherfucker's 40 years old, dog. Yeah, this is one of those instances where like it doesn't matter if you're right, especially with respect to like the way people are treating this guy or the way fucking people freak out over China. And like the irony there is that like internationally speaking, capitalism also has created so much awfulness, especially in the global south. But China is a superpower with a tremendous amount of labor output, with a tremendous amount of output in general. It's a producer. It's not going to rock the fucking boat. America relies on China. China relies on America. Not only does America rely on China, China owns American debt to a certain degree, right? They're not going to fuck with each other like that. It's so stupid to just, I don't know. It comes across as so stupid to have this level of like anger towards what the Chinese government is doing beyond, it's not the most amount of debt. It's only like 8%, but that's still pretty significant. But overall, the TikTok ban congressional hearing was watched by a lot, and it's going to get a lot of play on TikTok. TikTok is now juicing on the lobbying side as well, but it's just pure xenophobia, specifically xenophobia, but it's pure xenophobia. The fact that in the United States of America, the exact opposite argument stands for fucking platforms not performing well enough for right-wing hateful content creators, while they simultaneously turn around and tell TikTok like, oh, you got to moderate your platform better, is so obvious. It's so obvious what they're fucking upset at. They're upset because, again, a Chinese company is profoundly successful. It's not a Silicon Valley company. It's a Chinese company, and that is no good. Ultimately, the fear that they have is that it's an uncontrollable entity because it's not a part of the American security apparatus. It's not something that it doesn't have backdoors into the FBI and the NSA and the CIA. Do you see what I'm saying? As far as like data privacy, as far as security over your data goes, though, that is a laughable notion. It is a laughable notion because it doesn't matter what platform you go to, your data is always being sold. So if the Chinese government wanted to get your data, they would just buy it from a data broker, which possibly could even be cheaper for them. Eva Seid, director of cybersecurity at EFF, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, had a really good take that I retweeted. She said, if you think the US needs a TikTok ban and not a comprehensive privacy law regulating data brokers, you don't care about privacy. You just hate that a Chinese company has built a dominant social media platform. Which is why I said, I'm a bit of a centrist on this issue, because the arguments that they launched towards TikTok are valid with respect to data. The argument that they launched towards TikTok are valid with respect to regulating and moderating the platform. Does that make sense? Like, those are valid, except those are valid for all of the platforms. And the American government doesn't care about any of those other platforms as long as there's a backdoor into as long as our State Department has our intelligence communities have a backdoor into all of those other platforms. They don't like it because it's the Chinese doing it to us. That's it. So on the other hand, the hyper-focus against TikTok, I also understand, is coming from a disingenuous perspective. It's not a data privacy perspective. It's just an anti-China perspective. You get it? You also have to remember at least some percentage of this government pushback on TikTok is from their kids or their lobbyists, kids being addicted to it. It's like when Christian parents say certain things are evil because they don't want to dump money into it. Yeah, I think like that is also true. Everyone's fucking child is on TikTok, and I think that pisses the parents off. That scares parents, especially because it's like it's a Chinese company. They don't want China controlling what their fucking children think, brother. That's what it is. Let's say they actually push through on a forcible ban. So then TikTok has to basically divest, or ByteDance has to divest out of TikTok, and then Facebook or another massive fucking power player in Silicon Valley purchases TikTok instead. Hopefully it's not like an Elon Musk style takeover though, because Elon Musk is like purposely fucking destroying his platform. Ultimately, it'll be the same fucking platform. It's gonna be the same platform. They're gonna still steal your data. They're probably gonna steal your data more, and that's it. It's less about privacy and more about TikTok's ability to sway public opinion. It's the perfect psyop tool. Yes, that I think is the real nefarious side of TikTok. Right now, I think TikTok is on autopilot, and TikTok on autopilot is still pretty fucking devastating. Because as we've seen, when platforms are not heavily moderating and heavily regulating what you are allowed to see on the algo, and TikTok is certainly not doing that because of how, and that's precisely why it's so fucking successful. But when platforms are not heavily regulating what you see on the algo, you get a lot of fucking psychotic right-wing shit on there. Or you get a lot of like weird, even left-wing content on there too. It's just like engaging. Being like a weirdo fucking psycho is engaging for many ways in many respects, and that's why you see like all the fucking insane radlib zoomers on TikTok talking about how, like, you know, if you've ever forgotten to respond to a text message from a girl, that means you're like akin to a criminal who needs to be punished by the law, and then everyone goes on and like tries to fucking dox the person. Or you have like insane right-wing conspiracies about like how the Jews are responsible for, you know, your 401ks or whatever. It's just like insanity galore. That's it. Or you have the 22-year-old alpha male dropshippers. Yes. So right now, even on autopilot, it's like pretty damaging to our youth, I think, in general, because they are power users of it. But that basically speaks to how successfully it could melt the minds or mold the minds of our younger generation.